Resolute Bliss Publishing presents Thursday Night Live with your hosts, B-Red, Rick, hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm flying solo this week. Yep. Rick could not make it this week. Haven't really heard from him. Not sure what's going on. So we're taking the reins and we're rolling on because we know Thursday's nights gotta happen. His work's been kicking butt, I guess, and so is mine because I'm not actually live right now like we're supposed to be. So there's a small chance that I could have slid right in the door at 7 at home, but probably not. So we're not gonna risk it or stress anything out. We're just gonna pop this one out I'm gonna record a couple hours early, and that way it's on at 7. But yeah, man, it's been a great week in comics. Everything is this time of year is still rocking and rolling. Everybody's getting it. All right, well, we got a bunch of stuff to cover now. We got Kickstarters, we got Moonblade Kickstarters, we got my next Kickstarter to cover. We got comic books to look at. We gotta get through it. We got some news we gotta talk about from Dragon Con. I'm pretty sure everybody knows it, but we gotta talk about it because it's awesome. All right, where to start? Moonblade. Boom. We know it was fully funded on Kickstarter. That's awesome. Backer surveys have went out. If you funded or what's the word? Contributed to Moonblade, please fill out your survey. The PDFs have went out if you have responded with what email you would like them to go to. Also, great news that last week the book went to the printer. So I am awaiting proofs right now. That's where we are at. As soon as they send me proofs for all the covers, because it was 10 covers at least, maybe 12. I can't remember, something like that. So it's crazy. So once I see the proofs, then we get the whole thing rocking and rolling and coming back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to fulfilling it. I'm looking forward to packing everybody's box myself so I can get you some good stuff in there. Yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, it's at the printer as of last Friday, and I'm waiting on the proofs, which I assume will be here before this Friday. So yeah, that'll be great. Get it approved. Get Moonblade here. Get it out to you. Get it at the shops. Get it at it wherever we're set up. It's gonna be awesome. So, for a long time, it was just my tour book with my 3 characters in it. But now I'm going to have some Moonblade on the table. Really excited about that. Sam Payne helped me with some prints. So I also have these giant 11 by 17 prints of the covers. It's going to be super. I'm super excited. So, excuse me. But yeah, super excited to have art at the booth. It's going to be great, man. I'm stoked that things are rocking and rolling because you do so much work for so long with nothing to show people or nothing to give people, and so I'm excited. It is Rick's turn on Kickstarter right now, so I believe he is going to do the Nightmare in Emerald Oz. As soon as he gets all that loaded up on Kickstarter, that's what will be up under Resolute Bliss next, and then it's going to be my turn to come on there. I'm trying to think. Do we want to start with that? No. Let's start with the news from Dragon Con because everybody's probably seen it. And if you haven't seen it, it's awesome because it is rampant. At Heroes Con this year, me and Jeremy behind the booth and an artist walked by and we were like, "Hey, you coming back to Knoxville this year?" And they were like, "No." I'm like, "What? Wait. What do you mean no?" She's like, "Oh, because somebody was selling art from my friend. They had just printed it out along with AI art and we're selling it at the Fanboy in Knoxville." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And then I walk around this year and, I feel bad because if you're a consumer wanting to just buy something cool and you look up at these booths and you see these great art prints, maybe you don't go through the whole thought process of, is this an artist? And did they do that? Because if you stop and take a minute, you can probably look and see, wait a second, this person isn't an artist. They're not an artist. They're just selling prints. And that's usually what get it. But I did see this year also at Fanboy. Fanboys are rampant with this. Fanboy had an artist and they were doing the same thing that we're getting ready to talk about at Dragon Con. And I walked away from the booth as fast as I could because I knew what they were doing. But Yeah, let me see if I can share my screen here. Let's make this happen right now. Boom. Get on there like that. Pop it up here. That's right. Police called on an artist accused of selling AI art at DragonCon. Now, this is being reported on Bleeding Cool because they had people there. So, yeah, it was crazy. So they a vendor exhibiting under the name Oriana Garez. So we don't know if that's their real name or what it is, but they were at DragonCon this weekend in booth A10. I mean, they give the specific booth here. Was asked to pack up with police present after they were accused of selling AI artwork. Now, here's where they talk about the Bleeding Cool person was there. But yeah, this is the picture. Vendor removed for selling AI art by humans. I mean, absolutely. And man, it's great. Cool shows like Heroes Con, you don't see the AI stuff, but you get into like into a fanboy shows, notorious man. They are just people just taking somebody's art, printing it out somewhere, and bringing it and selling it. I mean, it is rampant. So it's nice that these true comic shows that they are. I'm going to use the word policing. They're double checking, making sure these people are not just scamming. So at first you're like, well, how do I know this was AI art? Right? They don't get into the details of it, but I'm going to scroll down here for you and talk about it here. So, where does it say? Da-da-da-da. Oh, right here. While their social media did not seem too apologetic posting, I'd share a screenshot. This is the person posted this. I'd share a screenshot of my sales this weekend, but don't have to show it. Give any explanations to you losers. You guys are sore because you didn't sell explicit and will be forever broke. Have fun being a broke explicit. It's kind of like, how do you know you're guilty? Because you post something ridiculous like that, and you're only at Dragon Con to make as much money as you possibly can by scamming people. It's horrible. I mean, let me tell you right now, if me or Rick was in Resolute Bliss Publishing to make money, this would have ended day one. If that ever happens, where let's say one of my IPs something like gets picked up and goes to that, I don't even know if we could recoup if it got picked up by Netflix, because I think you have to get to like season 3 to get something that make any decent money at Netflix. But the moral of the story is, you can tell when somebody's in it for passion, and then when somebody's just in it for money. And wow, I mean, out of all the things to do on this world to make money, why in the world would you want to sell AI art to people to make money? I mean, hey, just go get a normal job. Do that. Why not, right? Just go get a job. Clock in, clock out. Don't clock in. Get a salary job. Get a sales job. Any of that stuff instead of scamming people with AI art. How ridiculous. Man, I mean, you can't make that up. At Dragon Con, like, somebody's not going to notice it. And I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people get away with these things at fanboys and whatever else is correlated with the fanboys across the country, because they don't care. I mean, as much fanboys as I go to, because they do pack the people in, it is like walking through a shady pawn shop on some of the aisles. It is, you like, wait a second, this is not an artist. Where did all these prints come from? Is this person really? No, they're not. They're selling stolen goods, or they're selling AI. And then you get the old artists, or I guess maybe the word is not popular artists, that have done things like, they've done some art, it didn't sell well, they're kind of giving up or something, and they just start popping out AI. Or they have AI change their pose of their own art. I mean, it's just, like I said, there's so many jobs available everywhere. Why scam people with AI art? I don't get it. Go do anything else. I mean, golly. Like, there's just so many jobs out there. Why in the world would you want to? And of course, this person says, I'd show you my sales. I mean, dude, okay. I mean, so you made some money scamming people. Are you going to sleep better tonight? I mean, it's horrible. And I feel bad for the consumer, because you've all been there with your friends and stuff, and somebody that's maybe not huge into art or comic books sees something cool, and they're not going to say, they're not going to stop and try to figure out if that's real art, fake art, etc. They just see something they like and it's cool and it's there and they can buy it. And I fully get it. And it is up to these shows to kick this stuff out like Dragon Con did. Props to Dragon Con. That is huge. And it's going to set the standard. I think with that being there, they will see that, hey, we can't bring our shady stuff in here because it's going to get caught now. So I think that's awesome. Anything else I need to cover on this art here? I'm seeing, yeah. They say that they recognize that AI has potential for things, but it's not welcome in Artist Alley. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's fine. Kick them out. That's what I say too. So if you had a chance to see that, please tell me. If you were down at Dragon Con this weekend and you saw booth A10 with that dude with the fake name, that's great. That's cool, man. Because I can tell you right now, I just can't believe people. I mean, I would do any job before I was like, oh, I'm going to take fake AI art and go sell it as my own. I mean, it sounds horrible. Why would you do that? And why would you get into comic books like that to try to make the most money as you can? That's silly. I think everybody knows that starving artist is a real term. So I have no idea how people's brain work or why they feel they should get on social media like that and start swearing and telling them how fat their wallet is from selling AI art. That seems crazy. And look, I know some, I'm trying to say I want to use his name. I don't, I understand that people have used things to render and they get bits because they get behind on a schedule and they want to try to fix things and it runs their career. So it's a shortcut. We all know what's out there. We all are aware of it. There's too many things to filter through it and catch it now. So, man, I think now that with Dragon Con doing this, it's going to make shows a little bit more leery for these type of people. And I think with some other artists that have been busted who can draw wonderfully, they just get behind a deadline. They get, a little bit of artist block, etc., and they take a shortcut. So I think with with Bleeding Cool and other outlets, reporting on it, it'll help somebody say, wait a second, I just can't make that deadline. Or with scumbags like this selling fake AI art that they just go away. So yeah, that'd be cool. Or they stick to shows that don't regulate, and unfortunately, that's going to be, your flea markets, stuff like that. And like I said, starving artist is a real term. I can't believe that people would do this instead of just going to get a normal job. But I guess maybe you have an attitude like that where you get on social media like that, maybe you can't keep a job. I don't know. So yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So let's get into some. I don't want to say that was bad news. That's good news, because if we get rid of these things at conventions, it does watch out for people that may not know and what to look for. Because I'll tell you right now, my own wife was looking at a vendor selling cat stuff, and I can tell you that I saw what was hers, and then I saw what she had done with AI, and I was like, this is horrible. And she's selling the prints she did with AI the same price she did with her original prints. And of course, this was that fanboy. And I'm just like, no, this isn't cool. This isn't okay. I mean, that was firsthand. My wife didn't know, because she looks up, sees an artist, says it's an artist. There it is. But, if you're not paying attention and watching out for each other, that happens. And I know that person was selling cat art like crazy. So I hate it. I hate that it's out there. It's part of our culture now, and I hate that these people are taking those shortcuts. I don't even know if I should call them artists in that case, the cat lady, but they did do some original art, and then they created the rest with AI. So watch out for your friends. Let's help the shows that do this. Let's promote the shows that do this. Yeah. So, and that's one thing. Like I'll probably, there was a little bit of talk between me and Rick about, do we want to support Fanboy? Do we want to do this at Fanboy? And the answer is probably yes, especially where we live is our biggest show. I don't know, but that's going forward. Are we gonna support shows that let artists, like, I want to say people sell that, not even artists, like people sell AI art? Are we going to continue to go there and support them? Does it matter if Resolute Bliss doesn't show up? Probably not. It's going to take somebody with a lot bigger name, a lot bigger pool to say something. So yeah, I hate it. But let's talk about some comics. So we had some cool comics come out this week, and I'm going to start off with the banger. If somebody has seen the Red Sonja movie, the 2025 one, not the 1985 one with Bridget Nelson, the new one with Matilda Lutz, I think is her name. Gail Simone says it's great. I want to see it. I'm dying to see it. I'm gonna wait on Rick though, because I mean that's my boy. We're gonna wait on it and we're gonna see it together. But if you've seen it, tell me in the comments. Let me know it's good. Let me know something. Let me know if you did like it. I don't care. But reason I bring that up because bam, I was able to read this week. Sonja Reborn. I kind of think that it might have some legs to it. It might have some legs. Of course, I was excited about it. So what happens is somebody in our present time in 2025. I'm trying not to give away, but that's the premise. Reborn goes falls into Red Sonja and becomes Red Sonja. So it's got a good thing. Like I think it's like an absolute title kind of. It's this twisted other place, and these things are happening with somebody we already know. Which people love these ultimate and absolute titles. Why they didn't make it like in 2007 when they tried this before, I don't know. But now they're the hot thing. So yeah, Sonja Reborn kind of reminds me of that. So yeah, check it out because I liked it. I'm gonna definitely pick up issue 2 and see how it goes. So yeah, pretty nice cover on this one too. This was one of the variant covers, but I dug it. So yeah, I'm happy I got it. I'm happy I read it, made it through. The other wild one that is my boy Jay Lee up here. This ends tonight. So I think I told you all before. I read the first one twice because I'm like, what is going on with this ends tonight? What is happening? It does get more clarified in issue 2, which is this one. This is issue 2. It does get more clarified. I'm still digging it. I'm going to hang on to it because I thought I was going to come off this series, but I'm not. I'm going to hang on to it. This ends tonight. Jay Lee. Can't speak high enough about the guy and his wife June, who does the coloring. So that's why I'm talking about her. She does the coloring. It's cool. It's fun. It's different. It's exciting. Check it out. Because I know you probably can pick up the back issue, no problem, for number 1 because it's not been out that terribly long. It might even be on the shelf at your local comic book shop. I don't know. But yeah, some good stuff happening. One more. This, you guys are like, why are you just now reading it? So sometimes when I know there's a series arc, I'll read the first book, see if I like it, and save the rest till the arc ends. Not always. Like I'll probably read the next Red Sonja. I picked up some other stuff as he was still laying out here. It's not. I read some Green Hornet, Miss Fury, all out of whack. Or I was all out of whack in the reading order. But yeah, I'll sometimes save the book to make it through the entire arc because if I read it I'm going to fly through a comic in 5 minutes. So if I read it and it's literally 35 days to 45 days later, I forget, no doubt. So I save stuff. And one of the ones I saved was Wonder Woman's Tom King. So I picked up at issue 20, right? Yeah, issue 20. And I read 4 or 5 issues. So I caught up on Tom King, and Tom King's talented, man. And people get on me about Helena Winhorn because I didn't pick up Helena Winhorn because Tom King was on it. I picked it up because it was listed as a Conan adventure full of excitement, which it is not. You have a lot of talking, a lot of things. Nothing's wrong with Helena Winhorn. It's just they did not need to market like that to a title I didn't know about. So I see this cool title says Conan. Oh, I love Conan. Adventure. I'm all about it. Tell me more about it. And then I pick it up and it's a lot of dialogue. We don't have any adventure till like issue 3. I think there's some at the end. I can't remember. No, issue 2 we see the barbarian. Issue 3 we get a little bit excited, but there's still a lot of dialogues. I would have never pitched it as Conan or an adventurous type. I did more of an Odyssey maybe. I guess you could say adventure. It's just a slow roll. So nothing's wrong with Helena Winhorn. It just was pitched to me wrong, and I say that by the people who put Helena Winhorn out. I can't remember now, but Tom King anyway. Tom King did a fabulous job on Helena Winhorn with his writing, and he did a fabulous job on this Wonder Woman. When I saw there was a Batman team up, I'm like, is that just a cover? Or is there Batman really in this? Yes, and it's good, and because Tom King does do excellent work. Strongly recommend it. I think everybody's been recommending this since the first book came out for this series with Tom King on it. It's awesome. Trying to think, there's 3 trade paperbacks out right now. The 4th one's on its way. So you can catch up easily. You don't have to buy the, if the covers have went up on the first few or gotten expensive, you can pick up the trade paperback. Um, so yeah, that's what I've been reading, what I've been enjoying. Good stuff this week. Good stuff. And there are a lot of titles coming out because because we did the Batman Deadpool cover challenge with Rick, and I had the results. I have them right here on the sheet paper. Look at my math. It's crazy. Yeah. But what was that? That's a Les Gardner sketch. Oh, it's a good job, but I was doing color palettes on it. Math can't lie. And I want Rick on the show when we go over it because we got some more books to do the same thing on. I was shocked by the outcome. I was definitely shocked because it went opposite in multiple ways of how I thought it was going to go. Right? Is that right? Yes, maybe not so much for me, definitely for Rick, but it went opposite in a bunch of ways, and that's going to be cool to cover our Batman Deadpool cover our covers with Batman Deadpool. I'm pretty stoked about that. So when hopefully Rick's back on next week. I don't think we're live next week. I think he's still got that dang class that he's teaching, making the world smart, putting smart people out there in his evening class. But yeah, we're going to do that Batman Deadpool covers, and we got some others to talk about. All right, what's next on our list? Next on our list is my next Kickstarter. Now I've got to wait till Rick runs his Oz. Fair's fair. Kickstarter won't let us have two titles up, even though we filled out all the paperwork for Kickstarter saying we're a partnership with publishing company. Blah 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 blah. They don't care. One book in up there, nothing in preview mode, even if the book's up there. So we can't even have one in preview mode and one in Kickstarter mode, whatever. So as soon as Oz is done, what's coming next from me? What's coming next from your boy Brad? This one I'm excited about. This one hits home with me. This one, I don't want to say I live every day, but I guess I really do. Maybe, sure. Let's put it up there. Here is the logo. Bam! 42 teeth. So, what's 42 teeth? When I just say it, you think horror. Nope, that's Rick's side. Rick does the horror stuff, not Brad. Brad doesn't do the horror stuff. Rick does the horror stuff. 42 teeth is going to be all about the canines, the dogs, our four-legged companions, specifically working dogs. That's what it is about. I'm super stoked. I get to drop a lot of nerd knowledge in here that people may not think about on a daily basis. So yeah, I'm super stoked about 42 teeth. I'm gonna try to. So if you walked up to me and just saw it on our boots and said 42 teeth, I'd be like, yeah, man, it's GI Joe with dogs. And you're like, what? But that's just that's the hook. Yes, it is action. It is military. It's great. It's fun. So let me drop this one off and show you maybe a cover. Yeah, maybe a cover will do a little bit more expansion here. Drop into it. Oh, of course not. Don't show me the. There we go. So, boom, revealing. Getting ready to reveal for the first time. As soon as it loads, it's not loading. It's not loading. Okay, let's try again. Oh, I bet because it's huge. It is. These are TIFF files. Let me see if this one is. I should have shrunk these down. That is my bad. That is not your bad. No, okay, let me see if I can do this one right here. See if it'll open these files. It may not. No. It's not going to open them while I'm in here. All right. Does B-Rad have a backup plan? Let me see what I got here as a backup plan. So that's what we think also was messing with Rick's connection, is that when we go in here and want to show you guys these awesome covers, we're showing them to you in basically right after the artist is completed, and they're these giant files, and we do think it bogs down the computer a little bit, which I guess your computer, in these laptops that we're both using, it's fighting for space here, fighting for space there, stuff like that. So yeah, I think it was probably Rick had that one huge file last time that was just it was massive and just sitting on the thing. I think that was probably hurting his connection, like mine is right now, trying to open these files. I apologize. These things are huge. Pop in there real quick and shrink it down. Um, yeah, so I'm going to share with you the awesome. I'm stoked about this book because, yes, it is kind of like G.I. Joe, etc. Um, but the big deal here is, I'm still shrinking this thing down, is that, maybe you love adventure, maybe you love canines, maybe you love military, because I'm going to bring the heat on all of it. I'm excited. I'm going to drop this bad boy right on the desktop. Boom. Yeah. Bam. Not trying to cause any trouble, just trying to load, trying to have a good time here, show you guys something awesome. So while this is there we go. Yeah, shrink it down real fast. So this hadn't been seen before. You guys are going to be the first. I hope you dig it, because this is going to be cover A. Boom. This is by Jordi Perez. He also did some stuff on Moonblade. So I shrank that down real fast so the art's so you can't win. It's a little blotchy. But yeah, this is by Jordi Perez. This kind of sets the mood. So the character's name here is Radek Brannon. He is somehow a canine operative. That's what we're going to use. He's a canine operative. We poke a little bit at his back history. Matter of fact, even in this tour book right here, we talk just a hair about what's going on, because in the tour book, his cousin visits him at 42 Teeth Ranch. Morgan stops by on her motorcycle to check out. She's like, I'm here to see the dogs and your awesome new setup. So we kind of talk about a little bit of the past, nothing big, but we know he's from this is his dream now, to be an operative. I don't want to say for himself, but a subcontractor type deal where he's called in to do things. So you've got Radek Brannon, you've got his awesome dogs. There's two teams, there's two squads. There's a retrieval and a takedown, and they go on awesome adventures. So the first one kind of sets place. So you guys know me, I'm going to mix a lot of real world stuff in. So they go to a real world place. You can completely, if you've never been there, you can Google map it and see the whole thing if you want to, or Google image, whatever. See the place they go to. It's awesome. They set up in real. I mean, yeah, I just drag a lot of real life into it. It's a lot of fun, and I'm totally stoked about it. Hope you enjoy dogs. I hope you're not like, oh no, I don't like dogs. I'm a cat person, because I just love animals. I guess I am. I don't even have more dogs, so I guess I had to lean towards dogs. But I love all animals. I mean, my tiger back here. What do you think about my tiger right here? He's hanging out right here. Where'd my hand go? Wherever my hand went. Yeah, right there. Tiger was on the Moonblade Kickstarter. But yeah, I'm stoked about this. Did a lot of work, and I'm gonna pull that back off and put the logo back. Actually, it's one more look. But yeah, mainly Belgian Malinois, mainly Belgian Malinois. I say that because there are a lot of floppy-eared working dogs. They're not in this book, unfortunately. Maybe in a future one that there will be some floppy-eared working dogs, but there's not in this one. We are all pointy ears, or I like to call them bat dogs. Belgian Malinois. You've probably heard it if you saw John Wick #3. Belgian Malinois. That's what was in there, and it's awesome, because if you've never seen a Belgian Malinois climb a 16-foot wall in no time at all, it's like, okay, that's not fake. So yeah, it's awesome. So there's these working dogs, and man, I can't tell you enough about it. But yeah, if you like military, you like adventure, you like action, you like dogs, working dogs, just seeing stuff go down. There's airplanes, motorcycles, you name it. I'm totally stoked about this. Everything is completely done. What's not done is I have to make the foreword and the epilogue. So I've got to write some of those, and that's it. The book's done. It'll be on Kickstarter as soon as it's my turn again from Rick. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about all of it. Pretty stoked about this book finally getting out. And got some other. I don't want to. I'm gonna as we get closer, I'm gonna drop some more covers. And I don't want to call one a cosplay, but one of the covers that I'm not finished, I'm still working on, which would give me 6 covers, I think, 5 or 6, which gets a little too many, but uh, is going to be not, I can't, it's not cosplay because it's a real dog. So a real working dog of mine is going to be on the cover. I'm totally stoked about that. I got to just make sure, printers are used to printing art, so it's got to make sure that we're okay printing a real life picture. But yeah, it would be similar to what you would say is a cosplay cover in comic books, only it's not wearing cosplay, it's the real deal. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that and sharing that with you all. It was, I don't want to say difficult writing this, but when I first started writing, I realized I was writing an instruction manual. I was like, whoa. So I will say that out of all the 4 IPs that I've written, this one was probably most difficult because I had to keep changing it for comic. We're going to stay realistic. We're going to keep it real, but we need to make this not an instruction manual. And I think that's kind of where my brain went instantly. Well, that you're skipping steps. Well, you're not teaching somebody right now, Brad. You're writing a comic book, and so it was. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was tedious. Maybe that's the word, tedious, because I'm editing. I'm self editing. I'm editing. I'm self editing. Blah blah blah. Until you get it back to where, cool, man. Now we've got an adventure, and you're not losing something you need in the story, but you're not just putting in directions or instructions. So yeah, I'm totally stoked. I'm going to share more covers with you guys. Um, you know what? I bet I can do right now. I bet I can. I bet I can show one of the cool interior pages. I bet it'll let me do that. Right? It's not gonna. It's not gonna get mad at me over that. Let me close everything out. Boom. All right. Coming live. Coming live. Uh, yeah. Whoop. That's covered. All right. And that is lettered. Let's go with not lettered. All right, so this artwork is by Samir Samayo. He also did some, I think, yes, he did the story in their tour book. He also did, he didn't do Moonblade. He did Savage Axes of Wolfheart, which is coming out. I'm trying to find a non-spoiler page here. Yeah, so here we go. Here's the one I'm looking for. This is the one. Yeah, he did Savage Axes of Wolfheart. Some of y'all may have seen some of his books recently at your comic book store. And I did it there. I got to share a lettered page with you because that one's in TIFF mode too. Dadgummit. These high res ones. It goes, no, we're not doing that, Brad. And I'm like, okay, I understand. So I didn't want to share a lettered one, but I'm going to real quick because this is it's the one chance. Boom! We've got the dogs. We've got some action going on. We see him kind of talking to the general there. Yeah, a little sneak peek of he said this building's more like a home. That's the structure that I was telling you about. That's real. But yeah, it's fun, man. If you ever read G.I. Joe, you liked it. If you really went back and read like any of the war books, like Nam or anything like that, yeah, you're gonna dig it. You're gonna dig it. If you're a fan of dogs, you're gonna like it. I promise. I'm super stoked, super excited about it. Can't wait to get it out there. All right. We covered some good stuff. We covered we don't want AI at our conventions. Please stop selling it. Conventions, step up and do something. We've talked about Moonblade at the printer, waiting on proofs. If you back me, please fill out your survey because I'm rocking and rolling. And as soon as they get here, I'm starting to stuff and bag and everything else. So they're going to be coming out to you pretty fast. That's what I promise you at Resolute Bliss. Our stuff is done. Once we, let's see, I bet the printer, let me do my math here. I bet I get books faster than Kickstarter release funds. That's what I'm betting. I bet my books come back because technically, even though they were submitted last Friday, we were kind of on a Labor Day weekend. We know this Dragon Con's happening Labor Day weekend. So we really lost a day. And we probably jumped in a bunch of backlog on top of that too with the weekend and the extra day for the printer. But I still bet that I get books printed and to me faster than the ridiculous amount of time Kickstarter took to release those funds. So yeah, we're stoked about that. I can't wait to get it to you. I'm going to package them myself, like I was saying earlier. They will be to you. It's going to be great. Thank you all who supported. I can't say enough. So yeah, I do this as a passion. Rick does this as a passion. We do it because we love it, and we're going to get you them books, and they're going to be great. And if you don't, you can come yell at me. Especially on mine, because I do everything but the art. So yeah, you can come tell me what you did and did not like. It's okay with me. All right. I think I covered it all. I'm looking around to make sure I don't see any of my notes here. Yeah, we went over some cool comics. We talked about Moonblade. We talked about 42 Teeth is coming to you. 42 Teeth. You know what? I'm showing you that logo one more time because I love that logo. It's awesome. I'm showing it to you right now. Boom. Yes. And I will tell you, somebody local here that's making something really cool. I can't remember his full handle, but it's like Umbrella Corporation Tennessee or something like that. Is going to be making one of the add-ons for the Kickstarter. Pretty cool. He let me design it. He's going to make it. Stoked about it. As you can see, this is going to make an awesome lapel pin. With that beautiful gold on the green. So this logo was designed by Raj. Raj did the art for Moonblade 1. He's done covers. He did a cool homage cover for this one. Can't wait to share that with you because it's super special to me. Super special to me. The cover for the 42 Teeth homage. Let's see. He designed the Moonblade logo as well. He does super awesome work. But yeah, this one I was trying to tell him. I was like, man, I love G.I. Joe. Love America. Make it all one. Get it to pop. Like originally, on the side of your government containers, it's green with your stamping this nasty army yellow. So that's originally where I was designing it, and I was like, no, we got to fancy it up a little bit. He did. He's got that gold popping. It looks great. I love it. It's going to be out to you guys no time at all. I would say by the end of the year. Like I said, we're playing the Kickstarter game. I mean, we got to wait for them to let us on there. I got to wait for Rick to finish his turn and blah, 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 all that boring stuff. But yeah, we'll be up there. And we'll share one more with you because I'm a sharing guy. This was one of the original, I guess you could say, concepts right here. Right here. Yep. Raddick Brandon. That's his K9. That was one of the original concepts for the whole thing. So yeah, it's been great, man. My buddy Dustin. This is probably like when Ross did this one. This is probably like the third person. No, he was the second person. So the first person I reached out was Dustin Beeson at Bearhawk Studio. If you've ever wanted to see somebody make some cool stuff, you need to go to Bearhawk Studio. He is a custom carpenter. He can come in your house and build you whatever you want. That would be awesome. No, he did not do those horrible bookshelves behind me. He hasn't made me anything in this room. I don't think so. But anything he does these elaborate, awesome custom carpentry jobs. Bearhawk Studio, Dustin Beeson. He's on YouTube. I know he's on Instagram too, probably, and Facebook. Yep. He's like us. He's on those big ones. I think he does TikTok. I don't know. I don't do TikTok. I'm ticky-tacky. But, dude, you want to see some awesome custom carpentry, Bearhawk Studio. That's the place to see it. Instagram, YouTube. But he laid down the first sketch. He got, I was able to, when I talked to Dustin, I was able to tell him the idea, and he knew how to make it to life. He was familiar with everything in the picture and could bring it to life. And then Raj took it and made it, I'm going to say, fancy. Let's use the word fancy, nice, pretty, whatever the word you want to do. And that's where that image came from. Yeah, Raj took Dustin's and made it very nice. So pretty stoked. And see, I'm going to show you something here that didn't get caught on one of my other books, but it did get caught here. Because Dustin did the original, like I was saying. You see how the flag on Raddick's left arm there is correct? Because everyone wants to put it the wrong way. Doesn't have to do this for a living. So, Dustin was able to let it right. Raj was able to run with it, and it's correct. It didn't get caught on another book that I'm not going to tell you about in case you don't catch it. But yeah, it's been awesome, man. Dustin did a great job. Bearhawk Studio. Raj cleaned it up. Raj does a great job. I mean, he's just able to take stuff and just connect with my brain and make it action and happen. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So where can you find me? Brad Mulchin, Facebook, Instagram. See what's going on. This Labor Day weekend was awesome. I hope you had an awesome time. I got to go on a long bike ride on Saturday. Wore me out. I didn't stay down though. I got up Sunday, went out to the Devil's Triangle and Road, went to Brushy Mountain, stopped at a waterfall that was basically dry. But yeah, anyway, you can see all this stuff. Facebook, Instagram. Get out and live it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had an awesome Labor Day. I hope you either. And I talked to some friends, they just need to rest. I mean, they've been working and getting at it the same, and hey, they needed to take the time to recoup. So, whatever you did, I hope you enjoyed it and hope it was awesome. You can find me on that Facebook, that Instagram. Same thing with Resolute Bliss Publishing. Clearly, you can find us here on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. But the best thing, if you just want to check out what's actually happening this second, resolutebliss.com. You can find us there. So right now we're doing 2 videos a week on YouTube. Check them out. One's basically strictly the top 10 comics. Each comes out Sunday at 7, while the Thursday night live show is at 7 o'clock on Thursday. So, hey, we got that 7 o'clock bracket locked down. So, yeah, can't wait to interact with you guys, hear from you, etc. Let me know what you think. Maybe you've seen that Red Sonja movie. Maybe you can tell me about it. But I'm waiting on Rick. So even if you tell me it's bad, I'm going to go see it. Or not go see it. I guess we're going to have to video on demand it or whatever it's called to see it. But yeah, pretty stoked about it. But let me know if you saw it. Because so once again, the few people that have seen it have enjoyed it. So I think it might be one of those ones that slips under. You know, this makes me think of what was the Weird Al Yankovic movie, UB40? That came out at the same time as Raiders of the Lost Ark, so nobody saw it because everybody was seeing Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's a great movie. So yeah, this might be one that slipped on by. So yeah, holler at me. Catch us on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you stream at. This gets turned into a podcast, so if you want to listen to it in your car, you're jogging, whatever. Spotify, even here on YouTube, it's on the podcast. So yeah, Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. So yeah, rock and roll, man. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I wish you the best. I'm rooting for you. Check out some awesome comics. Stay healthy, stay mental healthy, and keep on rolling. We will see you back in the next adventure. Hopefully in a couple of days, right? Hopefully in a couple of days. See you guys.